Welcome back to the channel, Crypto Tro. I am Crypto Tro, bringing you the latest and the greatest in cryptocurrencies. And today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite projects, Defi Kingdoms, and just give an update. And they just announced some major news, man. So we're going to talk about the new professions or quests that's dropping on Crystalvale. So we know foraging is coming and fishing is coming, but also we're going to talk about the possibility of DeFi Kingdoms leaving the Harmony One blockchain and taking Serendale to another chain, man. So we're going to talk about that and we're going to just go over some of the key things that they talked about in the recent AMA. But before we get into that, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all some real ones, but it would greatly help me if you like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. So we're going to get straight into it. Let's talk about DeFi Kingdoms. Let's get on Dex Screener and just look at some of the prices right now. So right now, currently on Dex Screener, we can see Jewel and Route 1 is the #1 token that's being traded on the Harmony One's blockchain. And we can see right now, Jewel is coming in at 13 cents, up 3% on the day. A lot of people been talking about, the price. Jewel is pretty much below the price it debuted it. But like I said, this is just another entry point for you to get in and just get you some Jewel for cheap. So we looking at the chart, man, and we see the chart just been going crazy bananas on this major dip. And we can see it just been selling off like crazy. If we scroll down, see all of these sales, man. But like I said, we are in a bear market, and then we know what happened when the Harmony hack. And we're going to get into that, man. We're going to talk about what I believe Harmony should do and what did they do wrong as far as how they reacted with the team, man, what they've been doing with the DeFi Kingdoms team. So all of that plays a factor. The Harmony hack, the bear market, everything plays a factor in this price. But what I can tell you and what I know for sure is that DeFi Kingdoms team and the project continues to build out. And like I said, we're going to talk about everything coming to Crystalvale and the amazing things that they plan on doing with Crystalvale on the DFK chain. So let's get straight into it. I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. Let's get into the good stuff of this video, the DeFi Kingdoms team AMA. So if you don't know, Sandwich Punch always does a transcript of the AMAs every week that they do one. So you can always go back to this Medium page and always just look at the articles and just get updated on what's going on with DeFi Kingdom. So I'm not going to read this entire article because it is kind of lengthy, but I am going to just point out some of the key features that I believe will, be interesting in the upcoming future. So this is an update from Dreamer. He said last week we did an extended update took up a lot of time talking about strategy around fundraising and what we are doing around business continuity planning. Then we see CV feature parity is a big focus, not just the Dell team, but also making sure we have the runway to do so. Can't share tons of details of what is in process, but pre and final details of a raise. We have been looking at short-term raises that can contribute to the overall raise. We have had one successful conversation there and have an offer that our lawyers are looking at that is very promising. As people look at the recap from the fundraising perspective, definitely looking for partners in the industry for a short-term capital injection for a mutually beneficial agreement of what we are building and where things will live and what we can do for their priorities. Then 2, looking for other partners out there, other game studios, those looking to enter the space and those that are already in the space. Then we see 3, the overall equity raise for Kingdom Studios. Had a good couple of conversations with both VC and hedge funds, trying to hone in one to lead the overall raise. The entity that leads the raise will be the one that confirms the valuation. We've done our own inputs on the valuation, but we'll continue to confirm but they will confirm the valuation they are comfortable representing. Then we take to everyone Then we take that to everyone else we've been talking to that is looking to participate and contribute. Then based on that, we get firmed up commitments and move into the due diligence phase. So let's just sit back and talk about that. We're going to talk about what we just read, man. And that was basically saying DeFi Kingdom's looking to build some capital or looking for outside capital injection from VC and hedge funds. And we know this will be something major just because right now capital is short, and you do need, in bear markets, you sometimes need that type of injection to get the products flowing and to really just keep the project moving and growing. So that's something I look into. There's something that's bullish as well for me. Just looking for those outside VCs and those hedge funds, not necessarily trying to buy out the entire project or take over from the team, but really just looking to do something that's both beneficial for both parties. So let's see what Beetle has to say. So thanks, Dreamer. Excited to hear the progression on that side of things. To Dreamer's point, we have a main priority of getting Crystalvale parity as much as we can. In that vein, we have been working pretty heavily on getting Quest over there. So we have fishing and foraging pretty far along. They are in testing right now. It's not looking like we'll make the cutoff date of tomorrow, but still hoping to get them out this week, maybe towards the weekend. Trying to get some of those, or trying to get those up as quickly as possible. There's a lot to it. A couple of new tokens there and making sure our mechanics are straight and the solidity contracts are good. So hopefully getting that out this week. Can't be 100% there, but feel we are on the right track. So either this week or early next week. So like I said, quests are coming to Crystalvale, and that's going to be major because a lot of people complain about Harmony having to increase their fees. We know arbitrage bots are on the Harmony One's network. And they've been going crazy, and it just bogged down the network and makes everything slow. So they had to increase the fees and everything. Plus, with DeFi Kingdoms having the most transactions on the Harmony One's network, it just slows it down even more. So taking some of that transactions or some of those transactions and taking them to the DeFi Kingdoms chain and over to Crystalvale, just taking some of the pressure off of the Serendale and the Harmony One blockchain. And it's going to just gives it an equal balance, in my personal opinion, because we didn't see a lot of people really go from DFK chain to the Serendale chain. So a lot of people who are on Serendale chain are pretty much on the Serendale chain, and they are also on the DFK chain. So I think a lot of players will, once they see the opportunities and just different ways you can work both of them, they're going to bridge over heroes and pretty much be on the Crystalvale chain and on the Serendale chain. So the best of both worlds. I'm pretty excited to see if they stay on the Harmony One's network, but we're going to talk about this. So did you want to comment on the item bridge? But pretty much on the item bridge, like I said, you'll be able to bridge over all your assets very, very soon. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but very, very soon, you're going to be able to bridge over assets from the Serendale to the Crystalvale and the DFK chain. So that's going to be major as well, because a lot of people are going to start to bridge over their assets, just depending on how, or the sentimental feel of Serendale, and see if they're going to continue to build on Serendale and what Harmony One is going to do. So that's going to be something I'm looking forward to as well, man. So some updates about Harmony. Sunbear said, so we had the issue we mentioned about not getting the grant from Harmony, and then the bridge issue. So all of our partners have had to halt their grants, and unfortunately, so have we. So many are building and almost ready to go to a vote. We are committed to bringing that back as soon as we can. Obviously, right now, it is not something we can do, but on what we can do, we have reformatted the build program for the situation that we are currently in to help expedite building and support for the builders. You saw the support site that you saw Fund take a lead on building. We have also switched it up so that we have a proposal system since there is no funding. That is more streamlined. It focuses on how you want to build on DFK chain or use DFK assets. And then we have formed a committee that represents all the primary parts of Kingdom Studios that can make these decisions and get their partnerships formed. This is just posted on build defykingdoms.com, so check that out. So if you are looking to build with the project, this is something you might want to check out. They did have to stop the grants because Harmony stopped their grants, and they was going to use that money to pretty much fund, building on the DFK chain and building things to go with Serendale. So, like I said, Harmony just got hacked not too long ago. So I'm really curious to see what they plan on doing about that and how they go about it. So now to the actual AMA, man. So is DFK for sale? Can you clarify what you mean by fundraising? I'm not going to read this entire thing because I already read it, but pretty much they are not planning to sell. Not saying that they won't sell in the future because it's a possibility like further down, but they do want to build the project out. You can read this if you want to, just pretty much what Dreamer said, but just summing it all up, they are not planning to sell. They would rather do collaborations with projects and have, incentivized building on the chain and just pretty much just build out the entire ecosystem on DeFi Kingdom. So not planning to sell. The fundraiser is not a sale. It's just pretty much trying to get funding for the project with people who have a mutual benefit from the success of DeFi Kingdoms. So another question I found interesting is, after getting Crystalvale up to speed to where Serendale is currently, what is the next improvement to NFT utility and overall economic impact for the game? So the next thing after CV or Crystalvale is up and running, and that's after Quest, after, we get pets and things like that, the next thing would be Profession Quest level 10. So that's going to be major, and that's going to include pet bonuses and utility. So that will be the next step after getting Crystalvale up to speed on the same speed as Serendale. So this question really caught my eye, and it says building on Harmony in a stall or idle state until we know that Harmony is going to do. So Beetle said, I'll say that is accurate. Well, he said, I had one quick question and one add-on to a previous question. The first is how we're going to get over or handle the Quest funding contract as far as the funding for Crystalvale go, or will that be a separate contract? The other part is adding on to the question about DFK for sale. Does that include if the right offer came and a company came to buy the rights of DFK, would Kingdom Studios be willing to let go of that? I can answer the second question. The first is more of a solidity question. So Dreamer said pretty much if someone came in with a good offer and had the right capabilities to help to complete the vision, are we going to say right now whether we would say yes or no? No. We obviously aren't going to say don't even ask on what ways you can collaborate with us. We are working with some cool partners right now that can help with the overall vision and help with some cool crossover functionality. If someone sees all the value and wants to reach out, then sure, reach out. But none of the conversations I've had started or ended with them buying everything and us handing it over to them. So that's not the focus, man. That is not the focus. We're not selling. They're not selling DeFi Kingdoms. We're going to build out the game and pretty much go from there. So stop worrying about getting sold or somebody coming in and buying out. They are going to build out the game according to Dreamer and the team. So this last one, I just want to read this question and then I'm pretty much done for this video. I'm just going to sum it up after this question. So we see concerns about Harmony and the overall experience. Essentially, the game is not playable. Haven't been able to quest for 2 days. It's not only being able to quest, but also paying 3x the amount of gas that we used to pay is ridiculous, and Harmony doesn't seem to be any closer to fixing their RPC issues, and that they are constantly ignoring the elephant in the room. If you have to be on Harmony, fine, but we need to be able to play the game. DFK needs to do something. What are you guys going to do? So you are preaching to the choir. I was cheering for you while listening to this question. A lot of this goes to CV parity and getting those features available in Crystalvale. So starting with fishing/foraging, the meditation circle, then gold mining. We've done our best reaching out and trying to address issues. We're also seeing issues with testnet, making it hard to launch and test new features on Harmony. We feel your pain, and that's what we've been trying to address in the past few weeks in Crystalvale in both funding and dev resources. Once we have those things in place, your experiences can be enhanced with lower fees and less disruption on DFK chain. We don't have any control over the Harmony court. They have their priorities. They made it to a point that although we have communication channels with them, they don't report to us and we can only do so much. It will be a lot to say we are happy with the experience for the community, and that is why we have been proactive to look for other solutions from all directions. So other solutions from all directions, pretty much saying that if the right chain comes in, after just going through it and seeing Harmony could possibly lose DeFi Kingdoms, man. And I gotta say, I feel bad if Harmony lose DeFi Kingdoms because I did start off, as a Harmony investor, but it led me to DeFi Kingdoms. But I'm not liking what Harmony is doing right now, even with the grants. Like they pulled the grants, okay, that's cool, especially after the hack. Well, they actually pulled the grants before the hack. So I didn't understand that about pulling the grants, especially with smaller projects, yes, but DeFi Kingdoms pretty much has solidified the Harmony One blockchain. It has the most transactions, so I'm not understanding why they aren't doing the best to keep DeFi Kingdoms on the chain. I know it's a lot of stuff going on right now, especially like I said, with the hack and things like that. But I would say one of the priorities or top priorities would be trying to keep your best DApp or project on the chain and make sure they get the funding that they need to be successful, because that's what's going to keep them on there. If they feel like they're left out and just in the dark, then another blockchain is going to come along and they're going to see the opportunity and they're going to move it just like this. So I want to see Harmony really do some step in to help DeFi Kingdoms even more, because this is the flagship project on the chain right now. And especially if you want to be the gaming blockchain, we already got the #1 game or crypto game as far as volume. Keep the volume on the chain and add more, but always look at who's creating the most noise first. So that's my spiel on that. Looking forward to see Crystalvale drop in its entirety, just like Serendale. And then we're going to see a lot of people bridge over heroes and bridge over assets, and then just go on a DFK chain and just do it like that, because right now Harmony is just up in the air and it's idle. Not saying Harmony isn't going to recover from this, but my personal opinion, a lot of people are going to start to move to DFK chain, especially if it's easy to bridge over your assets. So that's my video for today, Crypto Tro. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if I added value to you today, tap in with me.